Awesome. So we're live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Why Am I Yelling Live? We had a couple weeks off. I was in Florida for a week, and then we had some sickness in our house when I got back. So I had some kids home last week, so we kind of canceled the show. So we're back. Yay, after 2 weeks. Lots and lots to cover. So today my guest is Janica Larson, and she is a holistic health and business coach for busy moms. Her business is called Simply Living with Janica, and she helps moms go from feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and lost to calm, vibrant, and empowered in their businesses and in their personal life by showing them how to prioritize themselves and let go of the things that aren't serving them. She believes we can all have everything we want if we just work smarter and not harder. Welcome to Why Am I Yelling Live, Ms. Janica. I'm very excited to have you here, and that lovely little one that's on your lap. How old?
She is 9 months.
My gosh, I love it. So I start this interview off the same way every single week. So tell me how you got into the holistic health coaching and business coaching and why it's so important for you.
Sure. Well, it's like a really long story, so I won't give you like the whole thing. So it'll probably take our whole time. But a few years ago, actually, like in 2011, my dad got really, really sick. He was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. I actually found him unconscious. It was like a huge thing. And so they actually put him in a medically induced coma for 2 weeks. And then when they released him from the hospital after basically being dead, they said, just go on a low diet and low sodium or low calorie, low sodium diet.
Right.
I was like, really? Like he was dead and that's it? Like that's the best advice you've got for him? Because he had been for a long time, and we always had like the low fat, no fat, the junk food stuff that all says, it's healthy because there's no fat, calories, whatever. And I was like, there's got to be something more to this because that obviously doesn't work because we wouldn't be in this situation.
Right.
And so I kind of went on this journey of like figuring out what we needed to do different. I just knew something had to be different. I just didn't know what it was. And that led me to learning about essential oils, which blew my mind at the time.
Yep.
I was like, okay, one drop of oils, sure, whatever. But it opened my eyes to like this whole new world of people and this whole new way of doing things. Like I had never heard of a naturopath or going to a chiropractor for an ear infection. All of those like natural things. I had no idea. So then I started through social media, started finding other people who were doing this and found people like Chris Carr and Marie Forleo and like these women who are just changing people's lives by doing things a different way than what I had ever known.
Yeah.
So that led me to nutrition school. And when I was in nutrition school, there just wasn't the business training that I needed. So I hired a business coach. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I hired a business coach. And that also just completely blew my mind. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is something that people need because I had 3 years at the time going through and like trying to figure out how to make this into a business and trying to like, how do people listen to me? Like, I know there's a better way, but I can't get people to listen to me. And so I hired my business coach and it just kind of progressed from there. And now like the health coaching is like that's my heart and my soul and my passion and all that stuff. But I see all of these women who want the same things and they want to teach people how to be healthier and they want to show people how to lose baby weight and do all those things, but they don't know how to do it and put themselves out there in a way that's effective because it's completely life-changing. But if you can't get people to listen to you, then what's the point? Like you're just wasting time. So I kind of incorporate all of that. So like setting up healthy systems and careful.
Don't chew the cord.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I'm thinking like the stapler. Stapler is not a good tool.
Yes, take the stapler away.
So just setting up like healthy systems and really learning how to take care of yourself before you take care of your business and your family and all of those things. Because once you take care of yourself, then all the rest of that can fall into place. But really getting your mind into the right place and having those systems and those routines so that you're not overwhelmed and you're not going 20 different directions with 500 things on your to-do list. You know what you need to do. You know how to do it. You just do it and then you can have a life. So that's like my whole story kind of wrapped up into a little ball.
I love that because, I'm going to backtrack because my dad had the same thing. It's a similar story. He had a heart attack when he was much younger and, never really read the labels on things, always tried to eat healthy. My mom always cooked. I mean, listen, He was a red meat, he was a potatoes, he was all that kind of stuff. But my mom always tried to cook like, fresh vegetables and all that kind of stuff. And then, it was a wake up call when he had his heart attack at 55 or 56 years old. And we were all like in our late 20s, the kids were. And I know for me, that changed my whole relationship with food and how to read a label and how to, pay attention to sodium counts and not worry so much about the carb content, but really about the sugar and all the stuff.
Sorry.
That cute one. Oh
that one was mine.
So, I know that it's a thing, and especially now, like that was, 16, 15 years ago. So, especially now we're in such a, a health conscious environment. Everybody is, into eating healthy and living healthy lifestyle and changing lifestyles to be more active and all that kind of stuff. So what would you say are like your biggest tips? Like, give me 3 tips that you give to your clients, or you tell your clients or work with your clients about, like, what's the most important thing that we need to do, even if we're just starting. If I come to you as a a new client and I'm like, I don't know where the hell to start, what do I do?
Yeah. Well, the number one thing is like, just take it slow. Don't try to do everything all at once. Don't do on Monday, I'm going to start eating clean. Right. Like, I'm going to start going to the gym on the 1st of the month. Like, don't do that. Then you're just setting yourself up for failure. But like, start really small. Like, okay, I'm going to add 1 vegetable to each meal a day for a week and see how that goes. Right. And because when you start with those small goals, then you hit those goals and you're like, I got this. I did it. Yeah. Like, on to the next thing. So like, just starting really, really small and, not following all the rules. Like, don't eat carbs and don't eat meat and make sure you eat all of these, like, eat all the protein you can eat, because all of those rules, like, they don't apply to everyone because everybody's health is so different. And it's the same thing with business too. Like, it's all of it. If you follow all those rules and all the things that you should do, you're just going to be an overwhelmed mess because there's so many rules and there's a million ways to do everything, whether it's clean or exercising or growing your following on social media or building your email list or whatever it may be. Like, there's a million ways to do all of it. And not one of them is wrong and not one of them is right, but you just find what works for you. And so that's like the thing, just like slow down and really just figure out what's going to work for you and what feels good, because those are the things that are going to help you progress and get you to where you want to be.
I love that.
Yeah.
And now, you've got kids, I've got kids. Hi guys. You're on TV right now. Look at them. They're like, hi.
Oh my gosh.
And a frog.
By the garden, please, and then wash your hands. Yeah. Okay. I'll be able to just a little bit. Oh, there's a dead bird. Oh my gosh.
Oh, was it a dead bird? I thought it was a frog. Oh my God.
It was a dead bird. Yeah, so we had a robin's nest right outside our window. It was so cool. We got to watch like when the eggs hatched.
I love that.
They jumped out yesterday. Yesterday morning, they were hopping all around, and one of them didn't make it.
Oh.
My husband was supposed to go pick it up, and he didn't.
Well, and now the kids did for you.
Yeah. Well,
wash your hands, guys.
Wash your hands, gross.
Oh my God, that's the best. It's like my house. Oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. Okay, so I was back to the kids. I saw the kids. Okay, so how do you incorporate that? Because we're busy moms, right? We have our businesses, we have our kids, we've got schlepping and going and picking up and dropping off in school, and now summer is coming. And so for me, I joke around all the time that we all get so excited for summer, but really as parents, that's our busiest time of year, right? The kids are going from one camp to the next camp, to the drop off, to the pickup. It's not like we have them contained for 8 or 10 hours in school.
Yeah.
So how do you advise your moms or your clients, how to maintain themselves through our busiest time of year? Like, how do we make it through the summer without like imploding or completely getting off track?
Yeah. Which happens to almost everybody.
Every one of us.
It happened to me. As it did this morning. I have a house full of kids and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like about an hour behind everything. Just kind of knowing your priorities. Like, what is important? Is it important that you respond to 20 different emails right away? Or is it important that you like make breakfast with your kids and like start the day in like a peaceful, relaxed space, Right. One thing that I always tell everybody is, even if you can do it for 15 minutes in the morning, like wake up before your kids. Try to get up a little bit early. Yep. Just give yourself that time to like kind of get your bearings, figure out what you need to do for the day, and really set your priorities. Don't think that you're going to do everything. Like the house isn't going to get clean, the groceries done, the meal prepped, the kids having fun at the park, and you're going to get work done. It's not going to happen every single day. Some days you're going to have those magical unicorn days, and that's going to be amazing. But that's not realistic for every single day. So just kind of knowing your priorities and knowing what really needs to get done. And then once those needs are done and met, everything above and beyond that is
right. It's like icing on the cake.
Yep, you're perfect. Yeah. So just don't give yourself so much stuff to do, because that's what I did since I became a mom until probably a year ago. Was I have to be super mom, and I have to keep my house clean because my husband's working all these hours so that I can work from home and stay home with the kids. So the house needs to be clean. We need to have 3 healthy meals on the table. We need to have snacks prepared. We need to all of the things. Like, everything has to be perfect, and like it has to just look so nice, and everyone has to think you got all your stuff together. When really it's just not. Who cares? Like, who cares what everybody else does?
It's so funny that we are having this conversation, because I talk about this all the time. I'm actually participating in a summit, and I recorded the video for it yesterday, and my topic was the only way we're going to have it all is if we ask for help. And I wrote a piece on this last year for the Huffington Post, and it subsequently became a coaching program of mine, because we do. It took me, by the time I figured it out, I had 2 kids, and my oldest was like 8 years old, 6 years old, or 7 years old or something. And I was like, wait a minute, there are 3 other pairs of hands in this house, and I'm about to break. And I had a full-time corporate out of the house job at that time. And I was like, something has to give, and I can't give anymore. Oh, by the way, everybody, I can't do it. And so I think, I do the same thing. Prioritize your day. I'm a big believer of getting up before everybody, and just, even if it is 15 minutes. Yep. I like to journal. I like to write. I'm a writer. That's what I do. So I'll write stuff down. I'll make my lists. I'll look at my calendar. I'll organize my day. I'll organize my next 2 days if I know something's coming up or whatever. But I think, being scheduled and being organized is super important. So I'm so glad you said that. And I also like the idea of, setting attainable goals and not overwhelming yourself, because we do tend, as women and as mothers, it's just inherent in us to feel like we need to do it all right now. And that can be an instant gratification thing, because we are all so in tune to, I want something right now because I can have it, and I can order it off the interwebs, and I can get whatever I want whenever I want it. But I think it's a good teaching point for our children at the same time, to make them understand, no, you can't have it all right now. And this is how we do that. So when it comes to your kids, how do you do that with them? Like, how do you teach them, the healthy eating? And because we all have kids, and we all know ice cream is their favorite food, or some type of junk food is their favorite food. How do you communicate that to them? Because I think that's important, to start them out young and teach them, it's okay to have a cheat day, and it's okay to have this, and it's okay to do that, but we have to focus on this because this is the most important.
Yeah. Well, ever since they've been little, like, even I did daycare when my kids were really, really small, and I did even with the daycare kids. Like, for one, I don't make 4 meals. I don't. Like, there might be 4 of us, there's 5 now, but I'm making 1 meal. If you're hungry, you're going to eat it. And obviously I try to make things that everybody likes. But I'm also not going to make macaroni and cheese every single day. That's just not going to happen. Right. So we always did things like, we would have a salad, and obviously they could have like whatever salad dressing they want. Or, we have healthy options, and they would choose what they would have. Like, they can choose what vegetables they're going to have on their salad and that kind of thing. But also just like in our family, like, it's not about being skinny or fat. It's about being
healthy.
So, which that's like a whole thing we could talk about on another day too. But like, cool, they even teach like counting calories and have enough dairy in your diet and all of these things that just completely boggle my mind. But like in my house, like, we don't count calories. Like, if you're going to eat chips, like, I love chips. Right. Chips and meat chips. I'm not going to feel guilty about it.
No.
And so we do the same thing. We make healthy choices, and our kids see that, and they have the option. Like, there's these things are there for a snack for every once in a while. You can choose to have that, or you can choose to have carrots and hummus or whatever. Yeah. But it's your body. It's your health. If you want to be healthy, you're going to choose the healthy snack. And that's okay. You're going to choose things that aren't healthy sometimes. But those healthy things are always available. And if they're hungry, that's always the first option. So, and that's not going to work for everybody. And I have friends who are like, my kids just never eat vegetables. But my kids never had a choice. Like, that's what we were eating.
Me
and
too.
if you're not going to eat, you're going to be really hungry, you know?
Right.
If you eat what you're supposed to eat, maybe we'll go out for ice cream later, or, you know, but if you don't
have dessert,
yeah, if you don't eat what you should eat, if you don't make good choices, we're not going to reward that with more bad choices, you know?
Right. I love that.
Yeah. Giving them the option is so huge. Like, it just empowers them to take care of their health, because I think a lot of people are like, you're going to eat vegetables because you're supposed to, and it's healthy and you have to eat your vegetables.
Right.
And like, even if we're having a very healthy meal, we've never been those parents that are like, you're going to eat everything on your plate.
Yeah.
If you're full, you're full.
Until you're full. Right.
But if you don't eat the healthy things, then you don't get rewarded with the unhealthy things, you know?
Right.
So.
I like to do the 3 strike rule. My friend Amy is so funny. Like, she'll come visit us and she's like, how come my kids eat your food? I don't understand. They don't eat anything I make, but they'll always eat your food. And I'm like, I have a 3 strike rule in my house. I'll introduce like a new vegetable or something, and you have to try it. If you don't like it the first time, I'll introduce it a different way the second time and the third time. And if after 3 tries, you tell me that these Brussels sprouts are the worst things you've ever put in your mouth, then we'll figure out a different option for you. Like, I'll make you some green beans with dinner or whatever. But she's like, I think that's a great idea, because you can make it 3 different ways or try a different tactic instead of, trying it the same old way. So I like the idea of giving them options, and I like the idea of, introducing balance.
Yes.
Is a key word, I think, in everything, in your relationship with food, and your health, and your business, all of it, right? So finding the right balance.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just like everything else. Like, it's going to ebb and flow. Like, there's certain times of the month, maybe some people want more chocolate than others.
Yeah, well.
And why feel bad about it? Like,
or an extra glass of wine or something, sure.
Exactly. And I just feel like if you make yourself feel bad about it, then you just completely derail the whole thing. Like, so many people are like, well, I'm going to start this diet. And then they do it for 2 days and they're like, oh, I just feel deprived. And they just go totally off the deep end, and they stop at McDonald's on their way home, or they scarf down a whole entire pizza, or, you know what I mean? Like, you go into that, like, oh, I feel guilty. Oh, it's worthless. Who cares anyways? And then you drink an entire bottle of wine and you eat a pizza and you sit and watch Netflix until 3 in the morning, like, It's all about balance. So if you're going to do those things, do it, but enjoy it. Like, don't just do it because you're like self-sabotaging, or you're like, disciplining yourself from screwing up. Like, just accept it, enjoy the wine, because otherwise why?
And, right.
Like, go to the gym tomorrow. Who cares? Like, don't make yourself feel bad about it. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, now the word lifestyle comes into play a lot more. Like, people don't realize that you're making a lifestyle choice. You're making a lifestyle change when you are choosing to, eat healthier and exercise more and be more active and do all of these things. Yeah. And I think, like you said, the word diet is stuck in so many of our brains that it doesn't connect the community. Like, the communication doesn't connect. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. Yeah. And all these diet companies are now using, like, they figured it out. They figured out the word, they figured out the buzzwords, they figured out all the tactics to get there, and the marketing and stuff. But I know my mother is constantly on a diet. I'm on a diet. Okay, but just go to Weight Watchers, because that's a lifestyle change. And for somebody of your age, you would that works for you, right? That's a diet, if you want to use the word diet, that works for you, because it's portion control and it's teaching you how to, like, do all the right things.
Yep.
It's not like the Nutrisystem diet where you're like drinking all the shakes and then you stop drinking all the shakes and you put your 50 pounds back on, right? So
yep.
I think, it's all in how we present it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, well, and I think, like, the word diet itself is like, it's like the easy button for staples. Like, I'll just go on a diet. I'll lose those pounds for the wedding that I'm in 2 months. And then after that, or even before that, you go back to the same habits that you had, because you didn't teach yourself. Like, you didn't learn what serves your body and what doesn't serve your body, and what makes you feel good and what makes you feel yucky. And, like, especially nowadays with the way the food system is, almost everybody's got some sort of food sensitivity.
Yes.
But if you're just shoveling it in and you're not paying attention to what you're doing, and you're not paying attention to how it tastes and how it makes you feel and how it makes you feel the next day or the next day, like, if you're not paying attention to those things and you're not learning what's good for you and what's not good for you, like on a very personal level, not like a diet, but like what works for you and for your body.
Yeah.
You're not learning those things, or, you know, the emotions behind it. Why are you eating that pizza? Are you eating that pizza because you want to eat an entire pizza? Or are you eating a pizza because you used to sit down and eat pizza with your dad before he had a heart attack? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of emotional connections like that you don't realize until you actually get really present and like figure out what's going on for you. And those diets and the quick fix things, they're not going to do that for you.
Right. And so now you brought up essential oils up in the beginning of our conversation, and I'm intrigued by this. So is that something that you still do? Is that something that you...
I don't actively like grow my team anymore.
Right.
I have way too much going on right now for that. And, you know, just having my own brand and my own business. But yeah, that's how I started with the whole natural health thing, was learning essential oils. And I use them every single day. I diffuse them. I use them on my kids.
Do you?
I do. And it makes a huge difference. Absolutely a huge difference. I love them.
Okay. So walk me through like what you use them for, because I'm intrigued.
Sure. So, well, I use like Young Living oils. So like the names, but almost all the companies have similar brands, or similar blends. I mean, but like a blend that I love is like Peace and Calming or Gentle Baby, which is just very soothing. Or I'll put lavender in the diffuser at night to help the kids calm down. I'm trying to think what else. I use Valor on myself I started using it like as a confidence thing, and now I think I'm just kind of addicted to it because I absolutely love it. But I put that on like my wrist in the morning. Like if I have a day like today when I know there's just going to be a ton of stuff going on, I just feel like it kind of helps me stay grounded and not like freaking out when there's too much stuff going on. And you know, so a lot for like emotional well-being, I think. I also struggle with like IBS. And if I don't eat exactly the way I should or get enough exercise as I should, it'll act up. And they have a blend for that. And I don't even know what all is in it, but it's called Digest. I know the other companies have similar ones too, but I literally rub it on my stomach or I'll put it under my tongue. And it like within seconds, I feel better.
Wow.
So, yeah, they're really amazing. They're really, really amazing.
So do you incorporate that into your your coaching?
If it presents itself, like I don't actively grow that business anymore.
Yeah.
But if it comes up, like, and it often does come up, like my clients are struggling with being overwhelmed and they have so much to do and they're trying to balance all of the things. So we will talk about it. I don't like, you should order these, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I mean, I feel like, right. Like that's not, but I think, talking about it and yeah.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Oh my God, I can't. I want her.
You can't have her. Yeah, she's such.
It's been a while since there's been a little one in our house.
Yeah.
Okay, so parting thoughts. Any words of wisdom to our people out there? Any summer tips or anything you want to share? I know Jackie is going to put all of your contact information up in our chat here, and she's already shared this on your page, so people are watching. So tell us how to have a great summer, or whatever it is that you want to tell us for the rest of today, Ms. Janica.
Yeah, well, just have a great summer. Don't freak out. Don't stress out. Don't deprive yourself. Don't guilt yourself. Don't do any of that stuff. Just actually enjoy it. If you want to have drinks with your friends at bonfire, do it, and if you want your business to grow your business. And if you want to be healthier, get healthier. And don't do it because everyone else is telling you to do it. Don't do it the way everyone else is telling you to do it. Just slow down. And if, like what we were talking about, if you can get up 15 minutes early and journal and figure out what's making you feel good, what made you feel good yesterday, what's going to make you feel good today, and doing those things that really serve you and serve your business. And, whether you talk to everybody else about it or not, oftentimes it's better if you don't, because people don't like change. Right. Try to make healthier choices. And when you try to grow an online business that people don't understand in your like real 3-dimensional life, a lot of times you get a lot of kickback and people are like, oh, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if that's a great idea. Or, oh, people are a bunch of quacks. They have no idea what they're talking about or whatever. And that really gets in your head and it can stop you from everything. It can stop you from quitting smoking. It can stop you from going to the gym. It can stop you from eating healthy, you know, because, oh, you know, that organic food is too expensive. And all of those things that people try to say, like, do your best to just ignore it and enjoy spending time with your family. Enjoy spending time working on your business. You know, do the things that serve you and make you feel good. Because if you do that, then everything else will fall into place.
I love that.
So,
Love that message.
yeah.
So Jackie has put all of your links up in our chat. Thank you, Jackie, for doing that. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Janica, for juggling and being our guest today. We certainly appreciate it. And I will definitely have you back on in the future so we can talk about all the other stuff, because I feel like we can dive deeper into this.
Yes.
Have a great summer, everybody. Have a great summer, you. And we will see you back here next week at 11:30 Eastern time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hang on 2 seconds.